Hey, and welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. This is week number 5, the border, how we brought everything back together. So we're going to revisit the Catherine wheel stitch just very shortly. I love, and I know I'm biased because we are the designers, Jeanne and I both love the border and how it worked out. You can actually really be really quite playful with the colors. We wanted to maximize the amount of yarn for the balls, so we chose the colors based on that. But of course, if you want to do something else, that's completely up to you. We would love to celebrate your journey with you by the time that you get to the end of this. And today, without further ado, let's head on to the studio and let's get started right away. So let's begin week number 5. Week number 5 is actually a shorter week, so we finished all the way to this point. We're just going to do this last section. We were very conscious of the amount of yarn balls that we used, so we wanted to look at our inventory, what we had left, and maximize it. So we used colors that made sense towards you not having to buy more yarn. So you will notice that when we're going to do this. Again, if you have used more colors or you want to change your colors, that's up to you. You are the artist after all. Again, like before, there is a stitching diagram. You already know what you're doing with this Catherine wheel stitch. We're going to get ourselves started. We're then going to do one complete wheel and then finish with a half a wheel. And then once we get that done, we're just going to fill in the space and then just double crochet and then do an X kind of stitch here with your single crochet. So that's how we're going to finish this particular one. This is week number 5, and this will conclude off your beautiful Better Together Afghan. So without further ado, as we get ourselves started here, you're going to notice that we're going to skip over 3 single crochets. So if you remember, we're only normally skipping over 2. We have to skip over 3 just in the very beginning to bring ourselves back in balance, and we're also going to skip the final 3 as we head into the next corner. So sometimes you have to fandangle things in order to get things to work, and that's what we did here in this round. So the first 3 and the last 3 are then skipped over so that you can have the balance for this. So let's begin and attach to a chain 2 space. And we're going to chain a total of 3 once we attach. So 1, 2, 3. This will count as one of the group of 12. So just consider this number 1 and then put 11 more double crochets in there. So to consider that number 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So let's just make sure I have 12. So counting the first one, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta restart that, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There should be a total count of 12. So with that chaining of 13 plus the other 11 will give you 12. So as I told you, we're going to be skipping over the first 3. So the first one is just right here. You might have to shift it so you can see it. So it's 1, 2, 3 and then single crochet into the next. And it's now going to be how you remember it from before. So skipping over 2 only, and then you were going to put in a total of 7 of these double crochets into the same stitch. So it's the 3rd stitch away. Then you're going to skip 2, single crochet, and then skip 2 and then 7 more. I'll meet you at the first corner where we'll just confirm how to turn, and then I'll see you there in just a moment. So I'm just coming up to the final corner here, and it's the single crochet here, and we're skipping the final 3. So 1, 2, 3 and going right into the corner. Okay, so the corners, if you recall, have 12 single crochets, so you can just start counting those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and that gets you to turn that whole corner. Then just kind of shift it out of the way so you can see the first stitch. Okay, so when you're looking at it here, the first one is right here. Okay, it looks like it's hidden, so that's 1, 2, 3, and go to the fourth and single crochet and then start what you already know. So skipping 2 and then put your 7 in and etc. I'll see you at the end of this round. This is round number 55. So coming up all the way back around, I have a single crochet and then I'm just going to slip stitch it to the top of the chain 3. I was off by 1 stitch there. Just so you know, us professionals here, we sometimes have to improvise, and if something has gone wrong in your project, it's good to know that you can improvise if you really have to. So let's just fasten this off and let's move on to round number 56. Okay, let's begin round number 56. I want us to start off, and we're gonna start off in the fourth one. So this here's the corner, so this is the chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where we're going to attach and begin our journey. It's like before, just I'm just reteaching you. So just start off. You can just do a standing single crochet if you wanted to, or just chain 1 and 1 single crochet. You decide what works for you. So chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and over the next 4 stitches you're gonna put 4 together. So just wrap in the hook, so 4 double crochet together, go right up over top of that straggler so that you can get that into position so you don't have to sew that in later. So you want a total of 4 of those. So you'll have 5 loops on your hook once you collect all 4, so pull through that and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet into the next. So now we're going to begin the underside of the Catherine wheel stitch because the corner is complete. I will see you on the first corner so that you are turning properly. So to begin again, chain up 3 and then start collecting the next 7 in a row. So the single crochet is the 4th one, just as a frame of reference. So start collecting the next 7. You should have a total of 8 loops on the hook. We've talked about that before. Sometimes they don't know if people just jump videos and then they get to this part. So I kinda teaching you like as if you haven't seen this before. So just so you know. So you have 8 loops on the hook, pull through all 8 and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into the next one available and then do that all over again. And you're gonna do that all the way to the corner. So 1, 2, 3, collect the next 7. If you were off by a stitch, you can easily collect an 8th one if you had to. You can really hide it in with this because these all come together like a pinwheel. So the center doesn't really matter because you'll have only one center, so you can collect more than you have to. And don't think that we don't do that behind the scenes. So now you got 4 on the, or sorry, 8 on there again. So pull through, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet to the next available one. So please do that. I'll see you in the first corner where we'll turn and just make sure you got it right. So I'm coming up into the first corner, so I've done my halves and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We are doing a corner only, so the next 4 in a row will each be collected together, 4 together double crochet. Once you have that done, you'll have 5 loops, pull through and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then you'll come to the next one and single crochet and then you'll start the next side. So you can see you end up with the point, and that's how we end up getting flat again in the end. So 1, 2, 3, and then collect the next 7 and keep on going all the way around. I'll see you at the end of the round number 56. Let's complete round number 56. So I'm just in the last one and chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to attach to the first single crochet that we created. So now we're going to do the next one, round number 57. So 57, right where we are, we're going to start immediately and we're gonna go right into the corner. We've done this before if you've been following along, and we're gonna go right to the corner, one where these are all put together, and you're gonna do 12. So 1 and 12 double crochets, I should say. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so now that you got that one, the next single crochet is where you're gonna single crochet, and you already know what you're probably doing at this point. So the middle one here is going to have your 7 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then single crochet in the next single, and you're gonna do that all the way around. When you get to the corner, I'm not gonna take you through the corner again, but when you get there, just make sure that you do your 12 in the corners and then carry on doing etc. So you'll single crochet, do your 12 in the corner, and then single crochet the next one here and carry on. Let's just complete round number 57 and then we'll move up to 58 next. So I've just come out all the way to the end, and when I go to do this next part, I'm just going to then slip stitch to the beginning, single crochet in which we started, and then we're going to change our yarn over. I'm going to do the same color as what I did here, and we're going to move on to do that next, and basically that's the underside once again one last time. And so let's do that, and I'll see you back here in just a moment. Let's begin round number 58. So let's go to the fourth one again. So 1 2 3 4, and we're gonna start up, and so this gets us to a flat edge once again. So just join it. You can either chain 1 and single crochet, or you can do a standing single crochet. You decide what is gonna work for you. So chain 3, 1 2 3, we've already covered this before, and then just pick up the next 4 and do a 4 together double crochet. Once you have the 5 loops on the hook, which is the 4 that you see here, pull through, chain 3, and then come to the next one and single crochet, and then begin to sweep up underneath like you had been before. Okay, so just collect chain 3 and collect the next 7 in a row, so you'll have 8 loops on the hook, and etc. I'm not gonna stop in the first corner for you, because basically you've already gone through this before, so just a matter of doing this round and then see me back at the end of this round, and then we got 2 more rounds after that to call your blanket at the end for this stitch along. I'll see you back here in just a moment. So I'm just coming to the end of number 58, and this is it. So 1 2 3, and then just slip stitch to the beginning, single crochet. So now we're going to fasten this off and get ready for the next color, and next color is the color A. So it's actually the same as this, so it gives it a good framing. So let's do that next. That is round number 59. Let's begin round number 59. I'm just gonna start off with the standing single crochet. You can just do a join if you want to, chain 1 and then single crochet, it's up to you. So go into the middle here, it's the one where they're all pulled together, that is your very corner, and just pull through. So if I was going to do a standing, I'm just going to pull through and then pull through the 2. Chain 2 to turn, and then single crochet back into that same spot. So you'll do that on all the corners, so it's the middle one that meets those. Just like before, in these chain 3 spaces, you were going to apply 3 single crochets in each. Okay, so you'll do that one, and then you'll just jump immediately to the next one and do 3, and you'll do that all the way across. So then when you get all the way across, you'll end up with the corner again. So single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So you don't need to worry about any of these middle spots at all. Just go into the chain 3 spaces like you had been before. Let's do that, and I'll see you at the end of this round, round 59. So I'm coming up to the end of number 59, and I'm just coming all the way back around, just putting my 3s in the chain 3 spaces, and the corners of course were double crochet, or sorry, single, chain 2, single crochet. Let's just join it, and then we're gonna end this color and move to the color D. We got 2 more rounds to go, nice and easy. Let's begin number 60 next. Let's continue into round number 60, joining there with the chain 2, or with the chain 2 space. Let's just join it and chain 3. That counts as your first double, and then you're gonna double crochet again, and then chain 2, and then double crochet 2 more times. So the corners on this one will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Starting in the first one, we're going to just double crochet ourselves all the way across to the next corner. That's it, just straight double crochets, and then turn your corners with 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Pretty easy round, and you're welcome. And it is round number 60. Just 1 more round to go after this. So I'm coming to the end of number 60, and I'm just putting my double crochets in. I've already started with the first corner, so don't forget that that's already done. So I'm coming into the very last one here. I'm just taking a quick peek. Oh, I got 1 more. And then we're going to join to the top of the first chain 3. So that will conclude off that round. So now we're going to do with 61, and we're moving back to a different color, which is A, which will be this color here. So let's do that and do the final round to complete your stitch along project together with you. I'm going to show you 2 ways. You can decide what works for you. So there may be a debate online which way I did it. So chances are if you're watching this tutorial, you'll have both ways. So So you're gonna go in and I want you to do a standing single crochet. So just put it onto the hook first and then go into the chain 2 space and pull through. So you have 2 loops and pull through. So we've done this in a way that this is a crisscross using single crochet. So you skip the next one and you immediately just come to the second one and single crochet. So it's been written in a way that you have to literally go back to the other one that is right here and you got to pick it out like this. And I know what you're thinking. So you pick it out and then you do your crisscross. What I'm gonna suggest to you is that you can do that if you want to, but I'm gonna show you an easier way. So you're gonna still skip the first one, go to the second, and when you do the first one, just go right up over top of everything. So go right into that stitch, but when you go in, just immediately just poke in and let the yarn just go over the original one like that, and it will have a little bit of texture. So essentially the first stitch is buried underneath this stitch. Do you see that? So let's try another one. So skipping the next one, single crochet. So you can either try to pick that out if you want to, or just immediately stick your hook in the one you skipped, going in, pull through, and pull through 2. So this will then do a crisscross, and you'll notice that it will look a little bit textured as well, and this line here will look very defined. So you decide which way that you want to do it. There's no wrong way, and this will then conclude off this particular project. When you get to the corners are still the same of single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then I'll see you at the end of this round and we'll wrap up your stitch along. And thank you so much for joining us so far. So I'm coming all the way back around. I've just done my last crisscross here and I'm gonna just go into the final corner with the single crochet, chain 2, and then just join to the beginning single crochet, and that concludes off this project. So what I want you to do is just, if you haven't been fastening off your yarn tails, make sure you have been. I've been doing mine in batches. I haven't really been doing it like every one of them as I've been going along. So but I have been just catching up with myself just because I'm special. So just putting it the last section, you want to use the tapestry needle for sure to do the last round because it will fall out on you. I used to not do that many years ago and always kind of regretted it later. As soon as it gets pulled or stretched in any way, they always fall out. So back and forth it goes like 3 times like I showed you in video number 1 of this series, and that should be good to go. So then you can just safely trim it down, get rid of all your tails, and please enjoy. And let's go back outside just for a moment. This is the Better Together Afghan. We have really appreciated you spending some time with us this summer as we've been working our way through this journey. You know what? Life is never just a solo journey. It's about how we're all connected together, and you got to pick and choose your friends and the people in your life that really bring out the very best in you, and that is Better Together with my friend Jeanne and I as we continue our journey. So even though this Afghan stops, that doesn't mean that we're stopping to be better together, but we're going to continue. We'd love to see your final Afghans available on our social media. If you use Instagram, please use our hashtags of Yarnspirations as well as the Crochet Crowd, and of course we want to see your ideas here as well on Facebook. If you really love this concept, please leave us some comments on our Facebook, and we'll see what we can do next time, and we'll try to be better together with you. Have a good one, and thank you so much for joining us. And on behalf of Yarnspirations.com, thank you for believing in us to continue our journey. It's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd, as well as my great friend Jeanne. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.